Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and in the Yogventures saga that we are now hearing more about, a developer for Winter Cool Games, Chris Vale, has come out and revealed some things about it. And I don't think the yogscast have commented on anything that he has said, although multiple sites have reached out to the yogscast for a comment. He claims that there was an unnamed artist that accepted a $35,000 contract, and 2 weeks into the contract, this artist left for LucasArts, and LucasArts was unwilling, or he was unwilling to work on the yogscast. But since he signed the contract, he was guaranteed $35,000, so they had to pay him $35,000 for 2 weeks worth of work that produced nothing. So they essentially paid someone $35,000 to sit around and do nothing, is essentially what this turns out to be. So after that, Vale is saying that Lewis Brindley, one of the co-founders of the yogscast, lost faith in the company to manage their money. So he apparently said that he wanted all the money transferred to the yogscast immediately. And there were a number of other things that he alleges. He said that they were supposed to take $100,000 to hire a lead programmer, which did not happen. And Vale says that he was, for the next 18 months, put in as a project lead and programmer, which he had never done. And he says that his inexperience is what is to blame for the collapse of Yogventures. Now, this whole article is very, very interesting, and we haven't really heard too much about the yogscast on this article about this programmer who's coming out and saying this now. And there's a whole breakdown of stuff that they were supposed to use the money to get. And it's just, it seems like that this was very, very poorly managed. On Vale's part, and he admits that he had poor management. So I applaud you for that, for admitting that and admitting your inexperience is what is to blame, but I don't think that all the blame can go on Chris Vale or Winter Cool Games. I think the yogscast has to take some responsibility for this. I think Jesse Cox made a few tweets earlier, later last week, where he said, the yogscast could have made videos about Yogventures, and those videos alone could have probably funded the game. And that's 100% true. They could have made videos about the development, about all that, and that alone probably could have helped the game and probably could have made the game. And then they could have released a beta build on Steam and kept it going. There's a number of things that could have kept going. I don't think that Winter Cool or Chris Vale should take the entire blame for this. I know there's a few people who are saying that they should, that this is all Winter Cool's fault. I don't think so at all. I think the inexperience is something that is a large part of it, but whenever it comes down to it, the yogscast were still heavily involved, and there seems to have been a bit of poor management on the yogscast side as well. So it's kind of like a storm of poor management on both parties. On the whole thing about the artists that they paid $35,000, you really can't ever see that coming. That unnamed artist could have been in talks for a very, very long time with LucasArts and just not told Winter Cool, knowing that he was going to accept this Winter Cool contract, take the $35,000 and leave for LucasArts. He could have known that way in advance, but just not told Winter Cool. There's a number of things in that. It's disappointing because now there's a lot of finger pointing going on. I hope that this all gets sorted out. I hope that the backers, more than anyone else, get something out of this, especially the people that paid $10,000 or even, over $1,000 or something like that. Like those people, I really hope they get compensated, because that is a lot of money to get to a project. As well as, I hope that Chris Vail and all the other people that worked at Wintercool are able to find jobs in the video game industry and keep developing games, probably get a bit more experience under their belt before they try something else that might not be as ambitious as Yogventures, but might be very ambitious in its own right. So it's an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is, and you can draw your own conclusions from it.